very, very well.
In just 3 days, Triple M is back rocking footy.
Here comes Dusty. He's shaping up for a fourth goal.
No way.
No! He's got no! You cannot do it any better than that.
And this man's been headlining Friday nights for years.
This game's over, Howie. I've called it.
You've done the Rex.
It's all over.
Please welcome Luke Darcy.
Oh, what is that?
Fat.
Yep.
I couldn't recognise him when he walked in.
No, I know.
Last 10 years, no colour in his face.
He's got a bit
Surviving
fat.
on bloody vapours after a
Smiling.
minute's sleep.
Look at him
now
smiling.
I can see his chompers. He's got the colour. He's got a bit of size, but a bit of swagger back into him.
Have never felt better in my entire life, you two. And I heard from both of you said when it finishes, you won't know yourself.
No,
and I
that's
thought,
right.
no, I handled this pretty well. I realised just how bad I was going, JB, and all of a sudden you get a bit of clear air, and you're not fatigued all the time.
Jeez.
So not missing
He's
it, JB.
back. And I
Not
reckon
missing it.
I reckon Beck would be happy too. Because
I think she's
I think-
happy, but
I don't think so, to be honest.
she's ready for me to actually do something, Bill. I think this is coming at a good
What
time
do
in the
you do
AFL
now?
season.
Well, you got all this time. What time did you used to get up?
4:30 the alarm would go, Bill.
Ooh, what time do you wake? Do you still wake up at 4:30 or
An hour later. I
Yeah.
still glance at the clock at 4:30, but I'm back to 5:30, but slightly different tone than rolling into this studio, JB. This is my old chair for 11 years.
know.
Haven't been here for a while, but a bit of clear air, a bit of think time, Bill, a bit of chance to, a few things I've been wanting to do for a while.
Meditation.
A bit of, always a meditation.
Good.
Every day.
Went to the 7 launch the other day.
Oh, did you?
Down at
We're gonna
Duke's
talk about that.
precinct.
Yes.
Down the waterfront. Or down that way. And
Down at Melbourne Public.
Melbourne Public. And there was a bit of a quota.
Quota.
I went for a beer, Bill, because that's the launch. So I thought I'll have a beer. And Duke was over my shoulder going, just a couple of them for you.
Oh, no! What you?
Well, not open no,
bar.
Just,
Mate, no one has ever paid down there. Let me be honest with you. I tell you what.
It has been
there
tough.
are some-
I know it's been tough,
Hey,
all right? But
nice to see that Seven had a little budget just to put on a pre-season function. We haven't seen that for many a year, so that was a happy start to the year, Bill.
good.
Down at Seven.
Just on 7, because everyone out there, we all watch TV and we watch 7 footy and we love 7 footy. And the great Bruce McAvaney is gone, left it. He's still going to do other stuff, of course. But we're very, very interested in the pecking order now because you're there, Jim's there, Hamish is there. And Brian, I think he thinks he's got the gig and he's already doing it.
Brian certainly.
How's everything going there? What's everyone like?
I normally get a good read on where you place, Bill,
Yes.
when the team photo comes out.
Righto.
So-
Yes. What was the team
So
photo?
I lined up, and I'm not sure you can even see me in that photo, Bill.
no.
You know, I used to be just in front of Basil, and Basil's gone. So
He's
I think,
gone?
Geez, I might have moved up just one. But our man here, from
where
the
was
rush,
Hamish?
Hamish, I think, was scheduled to be at the back, but pushed his way very
right.
quickly up
But
the front.
What about old
front and centre, James?
right in the middle.
Very, very much.
absolute flog?
Right in the middle. You put your best foot forward in
Absolutely.
publicity photos.
So who's doing this week? Round 1.
The eye candy.
Oh,
You get that into the middle.
well, you wouldn't have Brian. who's doing round 1?
I know I'll be rocking footy on Triple M come Thursday
I wanna
night. Looking
talk
forward to
about
being
that
there.
too.
yes.
I want to talk about that because we have been rocked as a group with the departure of a man who was on Friday nights with you. So can you shed some light on what happened to Chris Judd?
Well, I'm glad you brought this up, JB, because it feels murky to me, Bill. It feels like he left in sort of circumstances that are a little bit dubious. I'm not saying there was an incident. I'm not saying he's done something, any sort of misconduct. But
What are you saying?
I'm not sure what I'm saying, Bill. He's gone, and he sort of left mysteriously. He was always a fairly loose sort of operator, Chris Judd. And he keeps telling us he's going to maybe move to Byron Bay and spend more time. No, I don't think anyone's buying that.
No.
So I don't know. Every time I bring it up around here, management's saying I'll let it talk about Juddy's exit and whether or not there was a drama. I think he had issues with working with people with a full head of hair,
Yes,
JB.
no doubt.
Always struggle with
No
someone
doubt.
like me who's got
Yep.
some good, strong
I think
hair.
that's true.
And how he's got
Damo.
good hair. Even Nate Brown. who's taken a semi-legal substance for 25 years to regrow his hair. I think Juddy felt intimidated by that.
Oh, baby teeth.
As well. Even Nate Brown caused him trouble. So Juddy's out, but great news for the Friday night team because we've replaced him with another man who hasn't got a lot of hair either. That's the Chief. And he's back on a Friday night, the big Chief.
I can't believe it.
Speaking of hair, do you remember that sort of fat he went through where he just had a little patch?
The island.
Oh, the bad lie.
Had the island.
I'm thinking about
Just
bringing...
when you run through the edge of the fairway and you cop a bit of a bad lie.
Do you think he was in denial there, Chief? At that, that was... I think I might
And he
bring
used
that
to
up.
try and part it too, didn't he? He turned it one way, which made it worse.
It was an extraordinary phase he went through, too. But he's got a sense of humour about those sort of things, Chief,
yes.
hasn't he? So
Happy
that'll
to
be good.
laugh at himself.
And the helmet. He loves when you bring that up.
Yeah, the diving bell.
So Chief's back on a Friday,
Chief's
JB.
back, and he can get caustic, the Chief. If he gets tired on a Friday night late, that's when you just start poking him, I find, Duke, and you get the best stuff out of
Does he
him.
still drive the Volvo?
No, he moved on from that to
Upgraded from the
a very
Volvo.
nice car, actually. I think he's in a saloon of some description.
Renault.
You would never buy his second-hand car.
Be a big fat...
Oh, not only
it's
where
the
his
front
ass has
seat.
been sitting, collapsed any suspension, but also the farts. Imagine, Chief.
There's no one more, in my mind, verbally capable
Oh, no.
than when it gets a little bit untidy. And Chief, if he gets his eye in, is as acidic. I think caustic was the word, Joe. I'd say acidic.
Yes.
And you've been on the receiving end of it too, Bill. When Chief decides that he's had enough, which is, I think, in the last stint when I worked with the Chief and you, JB, on the Friday, I don't think there was a night that he didn't turn up and said, "I've got to leave early here tonight."
Yeah, every time.
Every single set.
No, I've got to get it. I've got to get away. And he used to call you pencil neck. He used to say, "It's not my fault you sleep with your head in a vice," didn't he?
I appreciated your support throughout that.
No, I love the Chief. I love him, and I love him being back on Triple M, as is Nick Revolt.
Yes, the great Nick Rewalt will be a sensational addition
llama.
to Triple M footy.
Honestly, I look across there. I think I'm working with a llama sitting up there.
A llama?
Yeah.
What do you
It
mean?
looks like a bloody llama. It looks like a...
It really does.
No, you're running with alpaca.
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 Well, what's the difference between a llama and an alpaca?
They look similar, but they're not the same. Hey, the dogs. Let's get to now. Straighten up a touch here, Bill, because we've got the member of the board.
Yes.
And
Big year for the dogs, Tim.
I think they're looking very, very nice. You must be quietly looking forward to the season.
It's exciting, JB, and very much looking forward to seeing Adam Treloar run around on Friday night against his old side. What a great inclusion he will be. Had the chance to sit next to him at a past players' dinner. Bill the other night, very, very fine young man, and he's doing great. Young Jamara Ugle-Hagan was there, the number one
Tell us
draft
about
pick.
him.
How impressive are this next generation
But
of young...
why isn't he playing? Because he's just not fit enough?
Yeah, that group missed 18 months of footy, didn't they? Hadn't played
fair
at all, and young key forwards tend to take a little bit of time. I'm just blown away by how articulate they are, and Jamara's fantastic the other night when I heard him speak, and so he'll be a great player. He's going to take a little bit of time, but it is exciting. They're well placed.
You know, Duke, that, well, you all know that I head down to Port Fairy regularly, and to get there, you drive through a place
Geelong.
called Framlingham, which is where he's from.
Really?
And it is in the middle of nowhere.
Where's Framlingham?
Framlingham is between Noorat and the turn off to Bushfield where you get to...
Where's Narat?
Yeah, I know, right? It's right through the near bloody Camperdown and all. You go through all of that.
When you go inside.
Yeah, that's
when
it.
you come
Through the
inside.
lakes.
Yeah, through
and
the lakes.
that is where he's from. And it is one of the great stories, I reckon, to come out of the Aboriginal communities that they have there and then be about to explode on our scene. He's
Via
magnificent.
Scotch College, and as I said, hadn't had a lot. Saw him play a little bit as a bottom age under 18, but just such an impressive young man. And I've loved the fact that zoning system has worked, where clubs have been able to put a bit of time into
have
a
a
young
listen to
lad
this.
like that.
You've now blown it up.
It was about time one came our way. So finally something for the board. What about, is there a salary cap at Geelong at Bills too?
You know
Does it
what?
exist?
No, Dukes. We talk about this they want to come to Geelong. They play for less.
Oh, of course they do.
JC
Yeah, of
is
course they
playing
do.
for less.
Hey, speaking of
Jeremy.
impressive young men, your own son, Sammy.
What's he
Young
doing?
lad, yeah.
Now, he will go into the father-son mix this year.
He had a week at the kennel pre-season, young man, which is a
and
bit
now
of
what
an,
size is he, please?
He's a big unit. He's about 204 centimetres.
204.
Hasn't
What's he weigh?
quite got the heart that his dad had, which is a concern for him.
Remember, I
Albeit-
belted you one day.
He
Did
did
you
belt me. He did belt me. Bill belted me one day.
I was
Can you believe that?
frustrated.
So he won't belt one of his teammates like his dad did.
Well,
on
I'm
the
not
track.
sure that's within his scope either, which is probably not a bad thing.
So
But
204,
He's-
what's he weighing? Is he Need to get in the gym, or is he?
Look, yeah, he's a work in progress, Bill,
Yeah,
on that
that's all
front,
right.
I would have thought. But look, he loves it. Very excited, very keen to get out and play, having
Left footer?
missed. No, he's a right footer.
Right footer.
Right footer.
Good
A
work.
bit better
They're-
overhead than his dad too. I've heard he can clunk him.
Geez, I'm not sure what the courage is.
Yeah.
there, Bill,
That's what happens with the kids of today.
It is a
don't
little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, Duke, great catching up with you. Look forward to hearing you now a Friday night with us.
Friday night I'll be rocking footy on Triple M.
beautiful.
Thursday night I'm going to be rocking footy on Triple M, and then I'll see you, JB,
Bang.
across the weekend
will,
on
bloody oath you
Network
will.
7 as well. Very happy family down there at Channel 7.
Are you?
Shut up, Bill.
How's
Very,
Brian? How
very
you all
happy.
getting on well?
Brian's
Very,
magnificent.
very
Unlike
happy
you at
family.
9 and chompers and all of that,
Oh,
which
it's
we'll
not-
get to another
Sunday
time.
footy show starts this Sunday. Look out.
It's the rush
It's
hour.
nearly as big as maths.
Triple M.